Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with a review for Power Season 4, Episode 1. So, you guys, our show is back. It's a big, rich town. Yeah, I just come from the poorest parts. Legal, illegal, baby, I gotta make it. That's all be jamming. I was just like, 50 Cent need to put that out shit since he can't put no other hit out. Anyway, you guys, our favorite drug dealer goes clean story is back, and boy, did it come back with a bang. Actually, it was a good episode. Nothing too crazy, but we got going and we got going good. So you guys, let's get to it, shall we? Before I get to the video, you guys see I'm in my new location. This is a new old location. This is the same room that I used to film in when I would be at home. It was green. We painted it red now, so it's different, but it's the same place, y'all. Anyway, let's get to the show. So Ghost is being processed in at the jailhouse, and he is just thinking about all the shit that he's done to land him there, probably all the mistakes that he has made. Angie is still hell-bent on putting this man under the jail. She's mad. We see the big boss look like he's trying to dump this gun that he shot and killed Greg Knox with, and he's right out at the water, and he gets a call. Somebody lets him know that Angie has arrested James for the murder of Greg Knox. Did you guys notice that he did not dump that gun? That gun is going to come back to haunt him, don't they always? We see Tommy. He's going into this warehouse. He's going downstairs. It looks like it's some sort of hideout. And then we see Keisha. He tells Keisha that she can go home because Milan is dead now. She's no longer in danger. I said, I knew Tommy didn't kill that girl. He's crazy. He is ruthless. But he's still going to try to do the right thing. And killing Keisha would have been the wrong thing to do. Keisha's all, you saved my life. I said, oh, Keisha. Keisha's going to try to push up on Tommy. You guys mark my words. Tommy gets a call from Tasha. And she lets him know that Tyreek is missing. He was like, what the fuck? So Tommy shows up at the club because he knows that Andre probably knows where the fuck Tyreek is. And of course, Andre is just like, I don't know where he is, but I can find out, okay? Tommy's like, fuck, where's Ghost? And he was like, you don't know where Ghost is? Ghost was arrested. Angela came in here like gangbusters and just arrested him. We said that damn Angela go home after a hard day's work, pour her glass of wine, sitting on top of her counter and catatonic like she just can't believe that I arrested my man, drops her wine glass. Very dramatic. Whatever, Angela. Now, James calls Proctor and he tells him that he is in jail. Okay, Proctor is busy dealing with his damn drug-addicted baby mama. Okay, goes over there so he can pick up his child because she obviously ain't taking care of him. You know, she's all threatening him like, don't be trying to take my baby. I'm going to let everybody know you the one that put me on cocaine and all that. He can't deal with her. He got to get James out of jail. He tell him, don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. I'm going to get you. I'm going to be down there tomorrow morning. Then he calls Tasha. I forgot Tasha didn't know at this point. Tasha, James is in jail. Oh, my God. Okay, he's in jail. Yep, he's in jail. I need you to stay calm. How you going to tell him to stay calm? He's like, because that's what you need to do. She was like, well, listen, Tariq is missing. He was like, oh, God, James really does not need to know that right now. Don't say nothing. He needs to stay calm and everything. She was like, well, they asked for money. He was just like, listen, you're going to have to try to keep everything straight on your end, but do not tell James that his son is missing. That will be the very worst of all the news today. Now, back at Canaan's, you know, they still got Tariq. Nothing has happened. They're trying to figure out when they're going to get this butt. Andre shows up there and was like, you guys got Tariq? You know, Ghost was arrested. They was like, you have got to be kidding me. He was arrested? That's even better news. Cousin Noni, old tough ass, you know, she all extra hard. She don't want to give up Tariq because now this ups the ante. Andre says, no, you need to give up Tariq because the shit could go bad over there and Tommy could try to kill us and everything. Listen, I'm going to give you money if that's what you need. I'll give you guys $10,000 a week each. Okay, because it's Cousin Noni, Kanan, and the other little flunky. Cousin Noni was like, no, it's going to be 15. He was like, that's almost $50,000. They was like, you got it. So next thing we know, they wake up little Tariq. Okay, and the plans have now changed. Tariq wakes up and was like, oh, what happened? So, oh, nigga, you fell asleep just like a little baby that you are. Okay, but look, we're going to let you go. It's a little problem, though. The flunky, he took a picture of you and sent it to your mama and said that we was holding you, ransom, that we kidnapped you. He was like, why do you do that? And it was like, because he's stupid, that's why. But listen, you're going to have to try to figure out a story to cover that up, but don't tell her who we are because they don't need to know any of that. And then he tells little Tyreek about his daddy. Andre doesn't want him to tell him, but he was like, he needs to know. So he was like, yeah, your daddy in jail. I was just like so annoyed with this whole son. I guess he realizes that he drank a little drink and everything. I was just like, oh, what is wrong with this boy? Anyway, Andre's gonna take him home, okay, and Tyreek is on board. He's not going to tell who Slim is. And Slim let him know that whatever Ghost did to land his ass in jail, that he did that shit. He's evil. Anyway, Andre takes Tyreek home, and Tasha's all relieved, like, oh, we thought you were kidnapped. Where have you been? I was just with my friends in Brooklyn, and I didn't want to come home because I had been drinking and I fell asleep. And they were like, well, who is Slim? Of course, Tommy got his good eye on Andre. He don't believe none of this. And he was like, it's one of my friends. I'm not going to snitch on him. Okay. When Andre is trying to leave, Tommy stops and was like, listen, you going to tell me what the fuck happened? How you just all of a sudden found him? He's like, look, I just found him. He was standing on the corner. I texted him that y'all was flipping out where he was. You didn't know where he was. And he texted me back. So I brought him here. Okay. But look, he wasn't trying to answer y'all, was he? Tommy's like, okay. Yeah, well, you did good. Okay. But like I said, Tommy got his good eye on Andre. And when Andre leaves, a nigga is really relieved that Tommy didn't just slice his throat, because believe me, Tommy could do it to him easily. Now, back at the jailhouse, we see Ghost, and we hear Kanan and cousin Noni laughing about the real fear being in jail. Okay, that first night when you get there. And it's looking like it's going to be a pretty bad run for Mr. Ghost. Okay, so he's talking to Proctor, and they can't believe that Angela put him in jail, okay, and believes that he killed Greg. All right. Proctor tells him, well, why is your DNA all over the place? Okay, it's under his nails. It's at his apartment. He was like, I was at the apartment, but still, he said, yeah, because the shit was, your fingerprints was on the damn windowsill. And James is like, yeah, I did get out there. And he's like, so that's how they got your shit. So now we're going to have to really act like you just a stand-up, James St. Patrick club owner, okay, father, contributes to the community and all of that. We cannot let anybody think that you are Ghost, the low and dastardly drug dealer. So we're going to have to change up your whole image in here so we can get you the hell up out of here. It's the performance of your life, boy. You better stay on track, okay? So when he leaves the jailhouse, he calls Tasha. He's like, look, I'm going to try to get James out of there on bail. We need some money. It needs to be clean. $2 million. Tasha was like, $2 million in clean money? Where the fuck you think I'm supposed to get that from? I don't know where you're going to get it from, but make sure that it is clean. We don't need nothing dirty. It'll just make shit worse. Now back at Keisha's, she trying to pack up to leave up out of the little hideaway spot, and she's all panicking. Wait a minute, Tommy, I ain't going nowhere. I see that Ghost was arrested. He was like, yeah, but it ain't nothing. He gonna be out real soon. We ain't even got to worry about that. But you need to go home. She was like, I'm not going home. Y'all got me mixed up in this shit. He in jail. Okay, y'all running drug money through my place. I didn't know nothing about it. Okay, they could come after me next. Or any of the rest of us. What I'm supposed to do? He was like, listen, you guilty or you innocent? You innocent, then act innocent. Go home. Tommy got other fish to fry. He got to keep his new business partners, calm from the news that Ghost had been arrested too. Now Tasha, she trying to figure out how she can get some money. So she goes to their safety deposit box, okay? And when the man gives her some room, to try to figure things out, she pulls the box out and she looks through it. It ain't shit in there but some passports and some note that I wasn't even able to read. But bottom line, it ain't no damn money in there. She take it on back home. Keisha come over to the house. Tasha's all relieved to see her. And Keisha was just like, don't be all relieved to see me. You the one that got me in this shit in the first place. Tasha's sorry. But we can't worry about that right now. Did Ghost kill the cop? Tasha was like, girl, he wouldn't kill no cop. No, he did not do that shit. But girl, I just feel like I am in a nightmare that will never end and I will never wake up. Okay, as on cue, the feds come into her penthouse and they tell her that they are going to conduct a search warrant. And who is leading the investigation but Angela? I was like, ain't this bitch got her nerve to actually show up in the place? Keisha was like, I'll fuck that bitch up if you want me to. Just tell me. Okay? And Tasha was like, no, you ain't got to do that. Of course, Tasha and Angela, they having a little back and forth with each other as they are conducting this search warrant. Angela tells Tasha, why don't you just call Proctor? He will protect both of us. And then in the middle of this investigation, this search warrant, the little girl, the daughter, she shows up at the house and she sees Angela. She's like, why are you doing this? You said you loved my dad. You wanted us all to live together. She tries to console her. She's like, bitch, don't touch me. And that was the first time that Angela seems to feel bad about what she's doing. I was just like, that Keisha see the little exchange and she look at Angela like, bitch, you lucky. I can't beat your ass with all these police around here. Now back at the jail, Yeah, your boy Ghost, he having a hard time already. We see Charlie Murphy. He is one of the prison guards. I was like, oh, I felt sad for Mr. Charlie Murphy. He looked really sickly even in this. But he is one of the prison guards, and you can tell that he is going to be giving James St. Patrick, better known as Ghost, the blues because he has been labeled as a cop killer. But we can't worry about that right now. Tommy got to go and calm the business partners down. So he's telling them, listen, it's business as usual. I know Ghost is in jail and everything, but he going to be out tomorrow buying cashmere socks and everything. They was just like, how do we know that he not down there snitching us out? And Tommy was just like, because Ghost is not a snitch and you ain't got to worry about nothing like that. But don't worry because we going to still move the weight. Shit is going to keep on going business as usual. I got this. Plus, I'm the new connect. Milana's gone. I'm the person that you guys are going to work through. Now, back at the jailhouse, we see this white man, this older white man being questioned by an attorney. Just to get an idea of how this attorney acts, he's trying to get this man to snitch on whatever, some murder cases that this white guy is involved in. And the white guy is like, I'm not going to do that. And, the attorney is telling him how if he does it, he can get out in time before his wife died because the wife got cancer. And he was just like, so I'm supposed to just snitch and then my wife died and then what do I have? I'm still a snitch. And he was like, well, at least you'll see her before she dead. Okay, so he kind of ruthless, you can kind of tell. In the meantime, we see Proctor. He sees Angela in the hallways. And she was just like, well, Proctor, fancy seeing you here. And he was just like, I don't know why you're going through all this. You know that James did not do that. Okay, you just trying to get revenge. All right, while he talking to her about it, then he bumps into the attorney that was just talking to the white guy. Okay, and there's some contention there. You can tell that these two really don't like each other. It ain't really clear why they don't like each other right now, but you can tell that these two actually cannot stand each other. Natasha, she's still trying to get this money. She can't get it from nowhere. Okay, she calls and tries to get it advanced on somewhere, but the tax penalty would be way too large. So, yeah, money is tied up. She's all feeling like at her wit's end. She sits down to go through some of James's stuff, just unpack one of his bags, and she sees that there is this huge diamond necklace in there, the one that he had given to Angela, the one that he had taken back. She looks at it and like, son of a bitch, okay. I should have known this nigga spent some of our fucking money on that bitch. So she just over it, child. She goes down to the jailhouse to visit Ghost. And when he comes and sits down in his orange jumpsuit, she just looking at him with disgust. He's like, hey, Tasha. She was like, hey. And then he was like, how the kids? And she was like, well, your bitch had a damn search warrant at the house and it had your daughter very upset. Okay. And he was like, I'll make it up to him. I'll make it up to you guys as soon as I get out of here. And she was just like, it ain't nothing you can do to make this up to me, baby. So you might as well take me out of that equation. But Parker wants me to get this money together and I don't even have the money. All right, there is no collateral. There is nothing anywhere. All I found was this damn necklace. Should I pawn that? And he was like, well, it won't be enough. And she was just like, ain't that about some shit? So it's nothing that we can do right now is what you're saying. He was like, there is something. Okay, go get my money back from Dean, okay, for services that were not rendered. Get my money back. And she was just looking at him like, Dean, and he was like, get my money back. Now, later on, we see the big boss. Okay, he's talking to the committee member. You guys know, you remember him from the committee trying to get the Lobos case on the go. They're talking. Big boss is sort of kind of acting leery, like he not really sure if he believes that Ghost killed Greg or not. Overly dedicated committee member was just like, oh, you don't believe it? He did it? He was like, no, I believe it. I believe he did it. I'm just saying, okay? Angela walks in and dedicated committee member was like, you really shouldn't even be here. There's a conflict of interest. You was fucking the victim and the suspect. But lo and behold, who should walk in but the man, John. Okay, John was the man, the attorney that was talking to the white older gentleman earlier in the episode. And now John walks in and he lets them all know that he's the first chair on this investigation. And that the big boss will now be the second chair. Y'all all been compromised, so we can't leave this shit in your hands anymore. It's just been way too much that's gone on between this group. Okay, so that's it. Angela, can I come talk to you? He goes in the other room with Angela and he tells her how she's done great work and how they wouldn't even gotten this far without her. And, he needs her to write down all the facts and the truth and, all that she knows about Ghost. She was like, well, am I the third chair? He's like, oh, no, you off the case. I told you you was compromised. So, no, you're not on the case. No, I just need to know what you know. Now, back at Truth, we see the sexy Latino. What was his name? 718 or whatever it was on his neck. He's there, child. He trying to help run Truth too. Andrea's just like, well, you bringing in new employees and everything? He was like, yeah, because Tommy told me that, I'm in charge of this. And then Andrea's like, yeah, well, Ghost told me that I was in charge. He's like, well, shit, I guess we both in charge because one told one thing and the other told the other. Considering Ghost is in jail, who we gonna go by right now? So you already know that Truth is about to be a mess too. Now we see Tasha and Tommy, they trying to figure out what Ghost is talking about, get their money back from Dean, because we know that Milan is dead and Milan is Dean. Tommy was just like, yeah, you know what? He probably meant to get this money back that he had given to Dean and some investment or some securities or some shit. But Tommy's whole thing was, them people not gonna get the money back because they don't give a fuck about Ghost, okay? They ain't concerned about the business. They ain't had nothing to do with the deal that Dean and Ghost had worked out, so I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But Tommy does go and ask them for the money. And long story short, after he lets them know the benefits of making sure that Ghost is good, they give him the money. Okay, he goes back to Andre's over at Truth and he gets some money from Truth. So slowly they trying to get this money together, making sure that it's clean. Andre is mad about Sexy Latino taking his position. And Tommy was just like, well, I mean, what's the problem? Andre was just like, well, the problem is I was working with Ghost and he was the one who wanted me to be in charge. And then Tommy was like, oh, okay, well, all right, well, maybe we can do that. But who is Slim? Andre, I don't know. Okay, well, since you don't know who Slim is, I don't know how I can put you in charge of Truth. Andre, all of a sudden, cat got his tongue, and so Tommy was like, you know what, when Ghost get out of jail tomorrow, we'll have a nice long talk about it, see what he thinks. Except Ghost ain't getting out of jail. When they go to court the next day, even though it looked like Proctor was about to get him out, okay, because the judge realizes that he might be an upstanding citizen, after John, the prosecutor, makes it clear that Ghost is a killer and that he has a flight risk and that he has money and he's a drug dealer and all of that, okay, the judge was just like, you know what, you're right. You ain't getting out of jail. Bail is denied. Okay, so now Ghost is in jail. Tasha's just looking like, oh my God, what just happened here? And Ghost was like, don't you worry about it. It's going to be okay. Okay, but it ain't going to be okay. At least not as of right now. We see Kanan. Andre is giving him the money drop, the $45,000 that he gives them. And he asks him again, can you leave Tariq alone? Okay, because Tommy and Ghost going to kill us. Kanan was like, Tommy not going to kill me. He ain't even going to look for me. And Ghost is in jail, so don't nobody give a fuck about Ghost. Andre reiterates, listen, I got to ask you to stay away from Tariq. Okay, and Kanan trying to kind of just gives him a half-ass, like, yeah, okay. But then as soon as Andre leaves him, he texts Tariq. And Tariq gets a text message that says, when can we link up? And that stupid ass Tariq is going to meet up with him. And then back at the warehouse, Tommy is trying to run the business. They moving the product and everything. After his workers go and take whatever they got to take, he calls Proctor and says, listen, we need to get together so that we can talk. All right. And then we see Tasha. After a long day at court, she comes home to a ransacked house. Okay, they have completely tore up her place. She just looks around like, ain't this about a bitch? All that I have been through with Ghost, then I got to come home and clean up his shit as usual. Okay, but what can she do? That's what she does. So she slowly starts picking everything up. And then we see Ghost. He's on a little chain gang on his way back to his cell. Okay, he's the last person in line. And Charlie Murphy is taking him to his cell. And he's like, what's that you said? Okay, are you resisting? Okay, Ghost says, I'm not a resistant. He's like, we got a resistor here. All right, you know what that means. They take him off the chain gang. They take him to some other, sail off the beaten path out in the dark somewhere, and then they beat his ass. I said, boy, it's going to be bad news for Ghost in jail. Somebody better get his fine ass out of there soon. All right, you guys, so that's it. I'm so glad that they showed these episodes early on Sunday, so that will help me out for my videos on Monday, you guys. BET Awards video will be up later on today. So you guys look for it, okay? I'm going to get off of here. You guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.